Morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea here. So today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. I hope today you are receiving lots of love, and even if that love is not coming from that very special someone, I hope that you feel love today and know that someone does love you. So I wanted to do a Valentine's look, and I also just wanted to film because it's been about a month since I filmed my last video. So I thought to myself, what would be a good Valentine's Day look? Like, when I think of Valentine's Day, what do I think of? And I think of a very soft eye with a bold lip and a very, very pretty luminous face. So that's what we're going to do today. Start off with the eyes. So I'm going to be using this Luscious Angel Eyes eyeshadow primer. I've really been liking it because I think it does a really good job of allowing my eyeshadows to last on the lid, and I think it does help to amplify the color of the eyeshadow. This is literally the amount of product that I need, and honestly this is going to be too much. A little goes such a long way with this primer. I decided to move you in just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Nude palette. When I think of soft, beautiful Valentine's look to the eye, this palette comes into mind. Now, if you want a more affordable version, I wouldn't even say version of the palette, but a similar tone to the Nude palette, I like this ColourPop Give It To Me Straight palette. It's beautiful. It's got beautiful colors. The mattes blend very easily. The shimmers are phenomenal. And this palette was $14, I think, or $16. So if you want a similar tone but don't want to pay the hefty price tag of Huda's palette, then go for that one. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to start off with this color called Play, and I'm going to let this be my shadow that will set my primer and start my transition color. So initially I'm just going to put it all over the lid, and then I'm going to start to concentrate this as my transition color. Okay, going in with the same brush, I'm going to go in next with, let's go in with Tickle. So we're going to go in with this color right here. I don't really know what I'm doing today. Like, I don't have a look in mind. I just know that, I just knew I wanted to use this palette. So now I'm just kind of concentrating this color Tickle more in the crease of my eye and blending that in with that first color Play. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Sigma E25 brush. It's still a blending brush, but it's flatter, a little bit smaller. Let's go in with Spanked. And I think what I want to do, is I want to do a halo eye. So I'm going to start to darken up the crease with the color Spanked. I think that's what I want to do. So concentrating this color Spanked on the outer corner of my eye, and then I will take it to the inner corner of my eye and just pack that color on right there. Because of course, we don't want harsh lines. We go back in with that Morphe M441 brush, that initial brush that we were using, just to further blend out the edges. And if you have kind of crinkly eyelids like I do, when I am putting eyeshadow on, I lift up my brows so that my eyelids can be flat and straight, and so that I can make sure that I get eyeshadow all on my eyelash and not just on the crinkle part of my lashes. But then if I were to open them up, you would see gaps of where I have eyeshadow. So yes, tip I learned from, I think it was Tati Westbrook that said that tip, and I was like, yes. So now I'm going to take just a little bit of my eye primer to apply it into the middle portion of my eye. You don't have to do this, but I want my spotlight for my halo to just be a little bit more accentuated. So I just add a little bit of that eye primer on a very flat brush. This is the AOA Studio E122 brush, and I'm just going to apply that right in the middle of the eye. I'm going to go into the Huda palette, and I'm going to go for this color Fantasy. And I'm just going in with my finger. I realized that these pressed shimmer glitters apply so much better with your finger, and I'm just going to press that over the area that I laid down my eyeshadow base. And look at that, so gorgeous, so pretty. I want to take some of this color Infatuated, so this is actually a pure glitter. I'm going to take some of that and pop that right on top. So I'm just pressing my finger into the glitter, and I'm just going to press that right on top. Just to, yep, just to give it a little something. And that is it in terms of, actually no, that's not it. I think I want to darken up the outer crease just a little bit. Love Bite here, just to darken up the crease a bit. I hope this doesn't mess up my look. But I just want to concentrate that color right in here. Yeah, that's doing exactly what I wanted to do. Just to give it a little bit more dimension. I know it kind of messes up the whole point of this halo because I don't want to add the color on the inner corner. So maybe I'm not doing a halo eye. Maybe I'm doing a partially halo eye. But I just want to, yeah, just add a little bit more dramatization to the outer edge of my eye. Okay, so we're gonna take a pause on the eyes so that we can do the face. And I'm just gonna take a wipe off some of that glitter. Let's move on to the face. I'm gonna go in with the Touch in Sol No Poreblem primer. I really have been enjoying this primer ever since I got it. And I think it fills my pores pretty decently, but I more so like it because I like how smoothing it is. Okay, so let's move on to foundation. So I have been obsessed. If I make it to making a favorites video, this foundation will be in it. This is just the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation in the shade 9, and I cannot get enough of it. It gives my skin the perfect luminosity without making my skin oily, because I do have combination skin, so I do tend to get oily right here in the T-zone area, and I'm pretty normal elsewhere on my face. So I just can't get enough of it. I said I wasn't going to use it, and I'm using it, and then I told myself, well, you can use it if you use another foundation. So I'm also going to just add a dab of the CoverGirl Healthy Vitalist Healthy Elixir foundation. I'm in the shade 757. Shout out to Norfolk. Oh, do you? I'm going to add that just to add a little bit more coverage, but it's literally going to just be a dab of it because I honestly love the luminosity that this Light Wonder foundation gives me. It's just, it is perfection in a bottle. If you can get your hands on it. It's not that you can't get your hands on it because it's definitely available. It doesn't have the best shade range, and also doesn't have the best shade range, like I was saying before. And of course, depending on your preference of how you like your foundation, you know, that's all personal as well. But yeah, definitely think you should try it. Okay, so I'm going to take this AOA Beauty Sponge, which, oh my goodness, This sponge is so soft, blends out product very well, and the best part, it was $1. So I'm very late to the AOA Shop Miss A Beauty World. Shop Miss A is the company, the website that I bought it off of. The brand is AOA, and everything on their website for the most part is $1. So this sponge is actually, the one I bought was $1.55 because the dollar sponge was sold out. This one donates 55 cents to an animal shelter. But still, you can't beat it. And then when I say it is soft, I mean, I'm talking, I won't ever buy a beauty blender ever again. What's the point when you can get such a good product for $1? So, yeah. Next time I place an order, I will be placing an order for many more of these. So, look at my skin. I mean, I cannot get enough of this Light Wonder foundation. Every day I do my makeup, I'm always like, use another foundation. Because this year I really want to try to use more of my products that I already have, that I really do enjoy, but I just buy more makeup because I like makeup. But, this foundation too, the CoverGirl one, is excellent. So I used this one because I wanted to add a little bit more coverage to my look, but I still wanted the luminosity of the Light Wonder foundation. But the CoverGirl one, I've been rocking hard with that one since December, and it's gorgeous too. Okay, moving on to concealer. So I am using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and this is kind of a rediscovered favorite, if you will. I, for a very long time, or since August, I would say, had only been using the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And one day I was like, well, let me just try this one again. Love it. It's amazing. I'm in the shade Medium Tawny. Okay, now we're going to go into setting powder for the eye. So, oh my gosh. Y'all, I forgot. How did I forget this? This Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter has been, when I say I have been obsessed with it, I've been obsessed with these two products the same. This one more than this one because I've had this one a little bit longer, and I use this product no matter what foundation I'm using. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in the shade 9. It is the most perfect luminous glow I have ever met. And do you need it? You don't need it. You really don't. But will it change your life? I think it will, because it's changed mine. So it's not a foundation, but there are shades because it can provide very, 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 very light sheer coverage. But it is just the perfect luminous touch to your face. So what I typically do is add it before my foundation and after. That's why I said I forgot to use it. So I'm just going to add it after. And I just blend it in along this C arc of the high point of my cheek and right up to my elbow. And as you can see, it just leaves such a beautiful luminous glow. I don't add it all along my T-zone because that's where I get oily. So I sometimes, like now, I will add it like at the top of my forehead because I don't get oily there. But I'm not going to bring it down my nose because I get oily. But it is beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Loose Setting Powder in the shade Honey. And honey, I've been vibing for this powder too. The concealer did not work for me, so I did do a review on the concealer and the setting powder. And I just, in the video, I actually said that I liked it, but after using it more, I couldn't get with it. It was just too drying. So, but this powder though, I have been loving. So I'm just patting the powder into my face, more so concentrating the powder on the perimeter of my face, and then I'm just going to swirl it around like so. I want to leave my luminous glow here, so I'm not going to really put any powder there. I'm just going to concentrate it here on the perimeter of my face. Now I'm going to go in with the bronzer, and the bronzer that I'm going to be using today is by Mercier. It's the Matte Radiance Baked Bronzer in 03. So I received this in a deluxe sample of some Mercier products, so that's why it's so small. But I'm just going to do a light bronzing of the face. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Base brush, and I'm going to pinch the e.l.f. brush like this and then go over my contour with it. Now we're going to go on to blush, and I've really been enjoying this CoverGirl Peach Punch blush, and it does have a peachy scent to it. It is bright. It is quite prominent. So if you don't like scents, this might be a little overbearing, but I still suggest you try it because, of course, once it's applied to the face, then you don't smell it as much. But initially, it's there. It is quite pigmented, so a little bit does go a long way, but it's so pretty. So it's a very, it's got obviously peach base to it. It is luminous, but it's not glittery at all, so I think it's very pretty. And I think it might be a little bit too much for the eye look. Let's see, what do you guys think? I might need to go in with another blush to kind of tone down this. We'll see. We'll see. I feel like I can make it work. And I kind of want to make it work because I really do like it. Give me a moment. I think we might need to tone down the blush just because it might contrast with my eyes a bit. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe 9-pan blush palette. This is the Morphe 8-pan blush palette. It's the 8W, the 8 Warm palette. And I'm going to take this shade. Let's go in with Unapologetic. Where are you at? Right here. And I think I'm going to use that ever so slightly to tone down the blush because I don't want to take from the luminous glow that I have. And I really do like the color too. I think I want to tone it down a bit. Let's see if this works. This is also a very good blush palette if you're in the market for a blush palette. I used this blush palette the majority of December and January. And I don't think that's doing it either. I actually think I should have just stayed with the original one. Alright, well, now we gotta do to one side what we did to the other, so word to the wise. I'm gonna go in with my powder brush and try to soften that. So here's another tip. If you feel like you put on too much blush, just go back in with your powder brush. You could even go back with your foundation brush, but I used my sponge, so I didn't want to do that. But you can go back in with your foundation brush and just go over the blush, and that'll tone it down. So I think we've done enough here. We're going to move on. I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow Highlighter. It is beautiful, 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 beautiful. So here's the highlight here. And I'm going to pop that on my cheeks. What are your Valentine's Day plans? Leave them in the comments below. So just adding that highlight to my forehead, my nose, my chin, and right at my cupid's bow. Okay, so let's finish off the eye look. I'm going to go in with a pencil brush and pretty much just reapply the shadows that I applied on my upper lid with my lower lid. So we're going to start off with this color Play, and we're going to run that along the lid, and I'm using a Morphe E36 brush. Then I'm going to go in with the color, I think we went in with Tickle next. And I love adding eyeshadow to the lower lash line. I think it really just pulls the color, pulls the eye look together. Spanked right here. And instead of doing a halo eye on the lower lash line, I'm just going to, actually I'm going to switch brushes for that. I'm going to go in now with the E36, so the smaller brush, and I'm going to concentrate that on the outer edge of the eye because I want to keep this eye look softer. So I don't want to bring the darker color in to the inner corner because I think that will give it more of a sultry look, which is great. And I would do if I were going out, if this were a look for the nighttime. But I'm actually getting ready for work. So, and like I said, I wanted to do a softer look. So we're going to just keep this darker color on the outer portion of the eye. So lastly, I'm going to go in with the shade Infatuated, and same brush, darken up the outer corner even more. I'm going to finish off my eye look with some eyeliner and mascara. I'm going to do it off camera because it's kind of boring. But I'm going to use the MAC Eye Kohl in the shade Teddy. It's a brown, kind of almost brown gold color. So I like using that for softer eye looks. I think black sometimes can be a bit too stark, so I love going in with a brown liner to keep it soft but then further defining the eye. So I'm going to add this eyeliner to my lower lash line and also tight line with it. Not going to add any eyeliner to my actual lid here. And then I'm going to complete my brows. I am getting them done soon, so please ignore the messiness of them, but I'm going to use the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in this shade Soft Brown, and then I'm going to go in with the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Okay, so now I'm back and we're going to finish off the face and be done. Looking at my brows, y'all, okay, let me stop. Have you ever gotten to the point with your brows where you're like, okay, I need to get them done soon, but I think I can get a good another week out of these brows before getting them done again? Yeah, that's what I thought. And then today I realized, no, your brows are a week past due. So I just left them, now when I say I left them where they were, I did as much as I could with them. As soon as it's an appropriate hour to text my brow lady, I will be giving her a text. I hope she can do them soon because they look bad. Anywho, I'm going to go on with the Desi Katie Dose of Colors Chasing the Sun highlight. This is one of my favorite highlights, and I'm going to add that right here to the inner corner. For lip, I cannot figure out what lip I want. Okay, so I know I initially said I'm going to go for soft eye, bold lip, but my eyes are a little bolder than what I intended, so I wonder, that's what I'm thinking of using. I think it's going to be too bold, but we're going to go with it. So I'm going to use the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Pink Lust and line my lips. Because I don't want to do nude on my lips. Because I don't think the eye look is that bold where like I need to go nude. We'll see. It's not too bad. I think we're okay. So I'm going in with the MAC lipstick called Flat Out Fabulous, and it is one of my favorite lipstick colors. If I never know what pinky color to go with, Flat Out Fabulous never fails. And I like this. Okay, good choice. Good choice. And I think I just want to top a little bit of gloss over this, so I'm going to go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in Tiramisu. I don't want to add too much, just a little bit, so I'm dotting it. Okay, lastly, setting spray. So I'm going to go in with the Morphe Setting Spray Mist. I love this mist for blending all my powders together. Plus the mister is really fine, so I mean it literally comes out like a mist. Like think about going under like a shower mist, and that's what it feels like. And then I'm gonna finish this off with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. The Morphe setting spray is a setting spray, but I more so like it to blend my powders together. I I like the Urban Decay, or I trust the Urban Decay will actually keep and set my makeup, so that's why I use both. And this is the finished look. So I am loving how everything turned out. I like that my skin, I feel it looks quite luminous. It looks very healthy, but I've got a touch of color. I love pink, especially pink on the face, and it's Valentine's Day. So yeah, I really liked how everything came through, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to stop by and watch my video. I hope that you enjoy it. Definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys.